All right. So in the last video, I went ahead and discussed this a little bit. Um, Now I'm going to discuss it a little bit further. Second symptom, diagnostic symptom of DDD, is a sort of unique form of multiple personalities. Um, Basically, what's real common is you feel as though you're multiple people within one body, but you're aware of these other personalities. You can describe them in quite a lot of detail, but very important aspect of this. But even though you can explain each of them in quite a lot of detail, you explain them dissociatively. So you may explain them as though they were characters in a story, or you may describe them as a crew working on a project, each one with its own certain job or whatever. You may not feel as though you actually have control of any of them. And even though you may associate as having all these different types of personalities that are aware of one another and interact with each other and clash with one another and whatnot, um, most of the time you will default to that dissociative mindset. Um, like I said, you will describe them as though you are dissociating from them while describing them. If you were actually asked to provide certain, like, real life, for instance, this or that, it probably wouldn't get you very far. You probably wouldn't be able to describe them that well that way, because you are actively dissociating from the things you attribute to them, and you attribute those things to them because you have dissociated between yourself and those things take on then their own sort of life. But in reality, um, all these are a part of you. They're just parts of you that you have dissociated yourself from in a way that they no longer seem a part of you. They seem as though they are conflicting parts, or separate parts, or maybe even reasons for your needing to fight whatever battle you are within yourself, and you probably are. There will probably be there will be your dissociative self, there will be your core personality, and there will probably be an adversary personality. Um, and uh, that personality more or less represents the fact that you are not okay dissociating like this. All right? You are reaching your limit of what you can take, you can't not take being this way any longer. And it lashes out all over the place and tries to sabotage and make sure that you know that no, this isn't fine, you're not fine, this is not okay. We're breaking down, and we're not going to let things break down. We're going to break you down before you break us down. Yeah. Um, in my case, that was called conversion disorder. So, um, yeah, it's a little bit different than mainstream multiple personality disorder, but and that is also a very good way of kind of addressing the issues. If you kind of feel like you have multiple personality disorder, but you don't meet the diagnostic criteria for multiple personality disorder, then you might have dissociative developmental disorder, DDD. You may actually be dissociating so much that you have replaced, more or less, your core identity as your with your dissociative disorder, rather than identifying your core personality itself. And that will lead us into the next symptom and next video. So that's it for this one. See you in the next.